And another one for today. So now we are going also to have a look at syncing system time with a server. In this case, I'm going to go the extra mile and do it also on the server side. It's not so much effort really. Basically, in the exam you will only be asked to do it on the client side, so the server side will already be ready, but it's fun to do it also on the server side. So we'll start with the server side. Basically, you need to install Chrony. So if you don't know which one it is, and I think sometimes it's good, I just put the star and then it says all the stuff and it's good. Okay, because I'm not a sudo. Okay, I was like, what? Oh yeah, this is from the previous question. Okay, chrony, and if you don't type the -y, it will be asked, and that's okay as well. Basically, it's better practice when you're not automating things to do it interactively and to press the Y button, but it doesn't matter. We're good. So we installed chrony. The star was not necessary. Basically, you see it was only chrony, but it's fine. Now, what we need to do, you need to remember, like for many programs, the configuration file of chrony is in the etc. So you will want to go there. So vim etc. and then start typing chrony and complete with I don't even know what's in chrony keys, but we don't care. Let's just check the config file. And we want to place allow this to contact us, basically. So you want to check your IPs. We set it, if you follow these videos, this whole series, at some point I set the SSH and I also set the IPs. So we should have the right IPs. But I mean, the IPs were configured even before. So anyway, you should have the right IPs. If not, well, check the other videos or use whatever IPs you are having. You see that here, if you search for allow, but I see it now. So you have this one. So basically, you just comment it out and replace the IP. Well, not an existing IP, not a 1000 thingy. So anyway. And then you put the 0, and we're good. You could put honestly, you could put the 16, but we have a 24, a /24, so it's fine like this. Then you do like this. You see that, oh wait, just a second, just to tell you, we are using the Rocky Linux pool for NTP iburst, and that should be fine. So this is on the server side, and the server will then allow the client to communicate with it to get the stuff. It might be, actually, I'm just thinking, it might be that we'll need some firewall command. That will be fun. I didn't think about this, but if I remember, I did the exam maybe a month ago, so I forgot something. I think actually I need some firewall stuff, so we'll do that as well. So now we have it here. Actually, let's check if the service is running. So I think the service is chrony for daemon. So remember, chrony daemon is the one that's running the service, and it's actually running and it's already enabled. So basically, we don't need to do anything. We might do a restart just to take into account the allow, just to be sure it's taken into account. But basically, it's running and enabled. So we don't need to actually even do that part. You can remember the syntax though. Enable -- now is nice because it's both saying enable and start. Okay, maybe I'm too quick. Sorry if I'm too quick. I talk too quick. Maybe I had coffee. It's good. Coffee is good. Take coffee. Enjoy coffee. Anyway, then you can see chronic sources, and you will see here that the sources we are using, because it's what we configured, is the pool that we have. But this is on the server. Remember, the server will use external sources, but the client will use our server as source. So now we're good. Now let's do the client side. On the client side, we do need to install exactly the same thing, basically, which is this chrony. So we do install chrony, and typically I don't need the star, so I don't know why I did the star on the other, but now I do it without the star. And here we installed it. So now we want to go exactly in the same file at chrony.conf, and here we need to change the pool. So we are going actually to comment out the existing pool that's there, this pool to Rocky pool, but you will have the rel pool. I'm using Rocky Linux because it's exactly the same than Red Hat Enterprise Linux, the rel, but it's better for certain purposes that I will explain later in some other video. Anyway, So here we need to put here this. So basically you follow the same syntax, but a bit different. I put server. It's not server here, actually is just known because it's something I put in my etc hosts file, but you could also very well give the server IP, which I will do just now, just for clarity. So basically the server IP is the 13. I could put server, is the same. And then, no, wait. I could put server, actually. You need to put server as a key name, like as a key, like this is the server we're going to contact, and then the server. So basically I could put server here, because in my etc host, the server name is server, okay? Confusing here, I was confused myself. You see, I managed to confuse myself. So, and then iburst. And by doing that, it should be good. You could also write servers, really. And you do that. Then you want to systemctl restart chrony, if it chrony_d, remember, because it's a daemon. And then we do a status, and we will see if it's also enabled, because remember, it's important that it's enabled. Why? Because it should be permanent. It should be working upon restarts. You should remember that, okay? So we're good with that. And then we can check now the chrony sources. So chrony for checking the sources. If you don't remember, do a man chrony, and then you, oh, there's no entry for chrony, what? So okay, maybe you need to do chrony. And yeah, okay, then you need to remember chrony, chrony_d. Sorry. And here you will see, you see it even tells you the output, for instance. That's pretty cool. The time sources and so on. So chrony is accessing, yeah. And so this is chrony and chrony_d. You need to remember it. Sorry. Yeah, sometimes you need to remember certain things. It's not all in the documentation. Maybe if you type NTP, it will tell you something about chrony. But yeah, it doesn't matter. Remember chrony and chrony_d. Chrony for checking the sources, and chrony_d, the service that you restart using system control. And okay, now we're good to go. Now let's check the sources. Now we have removed the server. So server is here. So let's check timedatectl. It may be configured. No. Okay, it's okay. It's not a problem, and I think it's the right time. Yeah, UTC. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine, and it sees the server. Apparently, it's not. I didn't even need to do the firewall thingy. If you need to do the firewall thingy, firewall CMD permanent. I don't have it anywhere, but I'll try to do it by heart. Add, and then you should see something like add port, and add service even. Service is better. Add service equals, and then it should give you, yeah, show me all the possibilities. And I think you should have NTP somewhere in there. So you see NTP, and I will just do that. So basically I will do this. And that's it. And then firewall reload. Man, I'm too good, I remember everything. And up. Yeah, success. That's good. That's in case it's blocked by the firewall. But apparently it's not, so it should be fine. I think we shouldn't see any change, basically. Restart, and let's see. Do you see? But look, here, I think last received was 0, so it basically didn't work. I think it didn't work, so we needed actually the... you see here it changed. If you do sources, you will see that it changed and that we got some stratum, poll, reach, and received. Whereas before there was nothing, which means it was contacting the server but getting nothing. So now it's getting the stuff. Yeah, that's correct. So this is what you want to see. You want to see something in there. That it's set up, yes, but it should work. So we actually needed to do what I did with the firewall CMD on the server side. But anyway, during the exam, most likely, because that's what I had as well, you only need to do the client side, and that's also true for most of everything in the exam. You basically only do the client side, and the server side will be prepared for you. So I just went the extra mile to explain to you how this works. So basically, to remember, let's do some summary. You need to install chrony. So just basically plain chrony. You need to remember where the configuration file is, but most of the configuration files are usually located in the etc directory. It's not always true, but it's very true in this case. And you need to, that's on the server side, you would need to allow this specific IP range. You could also allow just the IP, that's also fine. I mean, just the client IP. And here you need to do a systemctl, but we didn't have to do it actually. It was already enabled and started by default. I would suggest a restart though to take into account that, just to be sure. And then chronyc sources -v gives you this nice display where you can see if the thing is working. And on the client side, same thing, install chrony. Then you go to the configuration file. Sorry, I didn't try it here, but it's the same principle. You go in there and you add this line. You remove the other pool, just to be sure you are only on one pool and it works. And the system enable now wasn't necessary either. I would suggest the system control restart. And chronic sources, same thing. Time date control to see if the time fits, but basically you're good to go. Just remember this last trick I showed you, and I didn't even pay attention to that. Like if you see 0, 0, then it means basically it's not working. It should show you something. That's the same if I think on server we saw, yeah, you see, they all get something. You have some stratum, I forgot what it is really. I think it's the update or something like, don't ask me, I didn't check that. You can check in the documentation. And reach and the last received traffic. So probably it's some kind of stacking thing, like it checks periodically and then every time it stacks. So I guess it will get bigger as we go, probably, I don't know. Yeah, you see, last received, it's stacking. So basically, if we leave it for like 2 hours, it will get pretty high, but yeah, it doesn't matter. You don't need to know that. What you need to know is basically this bit. So it's not so many commands to remember. And again, this is like the previous two videos. It's some points that you can get really easily. So I really suggest you do it quick. You learn how to do it good, and then you can gain some easy points. So see you. I think we're good. So see you in the next video. And that's it.